Hey sis, have you ever been in a situation where you were treated unfairly and it like stayed with you? Like, um, it's like you replay it and think about like what was said, what was done, what shouldn't have happened. And it's like you think about what should have happened, but then what shouldn't have happened, and then it turns around and stays with you. Because I know it wasn't right. And that's why I want to talk to you about it. Because the thing is, it's like being mistreated is deeper than what people realize. It's not about what happened, it's not just the fact that it happened. It's about like how it made you feel, especially when it's like you know you're a good person. And when you were there for someone and you did everything for a person, or you would have never betrayed them or did anything like that, and or you were on a job and you worked your butt off and yet they put somebody ahead of you, or you have a family member that you stuck by and you've always been there to support them, and then they turn around and dog you out after you did everything, or you were in a relationship and you did all this stuff and supported this person and stuck by their side, and then they turn around and backstab you and cheated or whatever, talked to you or downed you or mistreated you, treat everybody else better on the street than they do you, or family member treat people better on the street than they do their own family, or family members that mistreat others in their family, and other family members have a closer connection with their friends and other people because of how they've been treated by their own family. I mean, there's so many different scenarios that you may be dealing with, but if you are dealing with people that mistreat you, this message is for you. Because, like I said, it's deeper than people realize. It's not about just what happened, okay? It's about like how it made you feel, like if you felt like overlooked, disrespected, misunderstood, or even taken advantage of. I did a video a couple weeks ago or a week ago or whenever about like how you may have been there supporting somebody through thick and thin. They didn't have a diddly squat. They ain't had no money, you helped them. They ain't had no resources, you helped them. You helped them get on their feet, then they turn around and turn their back on you. Or you on a job and you help them get to, where they need to be as far as like with a project, or metrics or whatever the case may be, or productivity. You help them. You was the main person getting them there. They turn around and hire somebody else and then have you train that person because they don't know what they're doing. So it's things like that that kind of stings when somebody just mistreats you. And the hardest part is knowing that like you didn't even respond. You didn't respond. You wanted to, but you was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna respond. I'm not even gonna do it. And that's the hardest part, because it's knowing that you can respond, but you chose not to. Because if we're being honest, like if we're being 100, it's just like that part of you wants to. You want to say something. You want to tell them a thing or two. You want to prove your point, or you want to make it right. You want them to make it right. But it's like, hold on, just slow down, okay? It's not worth it though. It's not worth going off on them. Two wrongs don't make a right. I'm a firm believer of that, because in my opinion, what goes around comes around, and I'm a firm believer that we reap what we sow. It happened to me. Like I was on a job and I was in a leadership position, and they had me. I mean, I had the most employees out of any manager. Like they didn't. Even, I can't even tell you how many. I might have had. Let's say I had 125, 130, and other managers had five, two, max 25. But we expected to do the same job and earn the same bonus off the same work. It wasn't equal. And then, I still was doing all the stuff that I was supposed to do for my employees, trying to, help build them up, help support the unit, da 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 da, all this stuff. And then it's like people don't appreciate you when you're there because, like I like structure. So I had stuff in order and, I research this and make sure they have that and make sure with staff and all this stuff. And behind the scenes, they never saw all the fights I had, not physical fights, but fighting for your staff when they're trying to make them do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. No, my nurses are tired. No, we're not doing that. No, no, no. They ain't see none of that. All they saw was the outcome. And so they thought it was just natural. And then holding people accountable, I'm big on that kind of stuff too. Like, holding people accountable because I believe in, I'm not writing anybody up. I'm just writing up the action that you did. Okay. And so anyway, they thought they used to call me like the Terminator because they felt like I did paperwork all the time. And it wasn't that I'm the Terminator, but when you look at how many people I had versus how many other people had, then of course I'm gonna have more people that's if they acting up and you're a good manager and doing your job, you're gonna have that paperwork. But at the same time, these are the same people that the other leaders lining up in my door for me to train them on how to do their stuff. But anyway, long story short, I left the job, and people was complaining while I was there saying how strict I was and da 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 da. No sooner than I left the job and went somewhere else, I'm getting calls and stuff like that, how they wish I would have came back. This wouldn't be happening if you was here, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I'm saying. Like we all reap what we sow because, you have to be careful what you ask for. You want somebody that's going to let you play games on a job that you're here to get a paycheck for, that they don't want to pay. We got to make sure that people are safe and things like that. And in nursing, it's a lot. It's a lot. Any nurse out there that does nursing care, it's a lot. And so we have to make sure this stuff is safe. We have to make sure we following protocols. It's methods to this. Like it's not just like you just wake up and just make up rules as the day comes. But then it's like when other people get there and you see that, oh, or they think they want the job and then they get the job and it's way bigger than what they thought because some people make it look easy. So you probably making your job look easy. Or you're in a marriage. Let's use a marriage. You're in a marriage or relationship and y'all look like so happy and stuff like that, but they don't know what y'all went through in your personal life. People be on the outside looking in at what they think things are, and it might not even be like they don't know what they took you through or what you took them through or what y'all had to persevere together as a family for whatever. It could be family problems, it could be anything, illness or whatever. And this person could have stuck by this other person through everything and they loved them so much because they never left their side. And somebody on the outside seeing how you loving on your mate, your fiance, your wife, your husband, your whatever the case may be, your significant other, and now they want to just slide in. No, you just, and then if they did slide in and things didn't work out, and now you done broke down this relationship, and then the person gets you and figure out you ain't even nothing what they thought you was or what they thought they were. See what I'm saying? So it's like when people do you wrong, and yeah, you want to get back and you want to snap back and pop back, but sometimes, and it is hard. I'm not out like when I say stuff, I tell you guys the truth. It is hard to not to hold your tongue and stuff like that when you're being attacked, like on a job, or people smearing your name and all this kind of stuff, or even in relationships or with your family and stuff like that. Oh, you Miss Goody Two Shoe, you this that. No, it ain't. It had nothing to do with that. I got standards. Standards. That's the thing. Some people don't know nothing about that. Or it's that quiet peace. You don't want all that drama. Nobody wants all that. Okay. So sorry I got off topic a little bit, but I'm really passionate about making sure that we keep our peace. So anyway, so just know one thing is this is that just because you want to say something, want to prove a point, want to fix it, sometimes it's just don't even do it. And you'll know when to do it and when not to. Sometimes it's just to be quiet and let God work it out, okay? Because he's gonna have your back. And so not every situation though too that understand it's not yours to fix. Some people are who they are. And I used to tell people like on the job, it's like, I don't have to go home with you. Because the thing is if you're acting like this on a job, imagine how they act at home. Okay, so if you dealing with somebody that's acting all crazy on the job and doing all this stuff, and or they overlooking you, and some people get in leadership and now you want to act like you rule over everything and you take this position way too serious, like you're sitting up here mistreating people like that just because you call yourself quote unquote to have the power. That's not right. And the thing is I always used to tell leaders, um, the same with the same people you step on going up is the same ones you're gonna see when you come down. Cause you don't bite the hand that feeds you. You never know who you're gonna need at the end of the day. Okay, so not everything is yours to correct on every situation, and not every response is gonna lead to peace. That's why you have to pick your battles. Okay, sis? And so sometimes protecting your peace can simply mean choosing not to react. I remember leaving somebody in the hallway. She coming up here hooping and hollering and stuff like that. We on a job and you hooping and hollering and la la la, all this stuff on a job. I closed my door and left her in the hall. So you marinate on that with yourself, because I'm not about to be sitting up here going through all that with you on a job. It's not even that serious for me. So we have to pick our battles, okay? And so protecting your peace means like choosing not to react sometimes, choosing not to carry the weight of it, choosing not to let it change who you are, because people will try to change who you are. Oh, you miss goody two shoe. Oh, you don't never do nothing. You don't never want to step out of line. Oh, you don't never cheat on this person. Oh, you don't never be deception. No, because that's who I am and those are my standards, okay? And so I'm not going to let you, because you're doing all this stuff or because everybody else is doing this around, I'm not going to just go along and get along. And if it's any young ladies out here, young girls, don't let somebody peer pressure you into stuff, okay? Stay peaceful and be who you are, because I promise you, like if you're in school and you're watching a school age, I went through that too when I was younger. It's like all this peer pressure and everybody's doing all this stuff, dropping it like it's hot, doing all that. I wasn't into that. I was trying to get my education, okay, and get so I can make something out of myself, because these same people or these little boys running around trying to get you to do A, B, C, D, and E, they gonna put you in a situation, then you're gonna be stuck, and then who knows, you may end up with a baby and they gone on to the next one. So no, be who you are. If you just be genuinely who you are, okay? And if you are an adult and you're not a young girl, we all get pushed in situations and people try us all the time, and especially if you somebody to keep to yourself, and other people like all this drama, and because misery loves company, they'll try to get you into the drama. Don't fall for it, sis. Don't fall for it. So anyway, to get back to my message, it's like choosing not to carry the weight, choosing not to let it change who you are. And then that's where your faith becomes real, because trusting in God in these moments isn't always easy, but it does mean to let go of the control. And so letting go of needing to be understood. Sometimes people try to they don't want to understand you. They like the argumentative spirit and to keep debating and arguing and fuss. Some people like that. They ain't trying to get no understanding, so you have to kind of acknowledge that. And so the Bible say don't be sitting up here arguing with fools and stuff like that. So if somebody's having foolish ways, I'm not calling them a fool, but if you have foolish ways and you sitting up here want to debate and argue about stuff with no resolution, why am I gonna sit here and talk to you? Because I'm not. I'm not. Okay. So letting go instead of being understood, and believing that what was done to you did not go unseen. Because I told you, God sees all and knows all. And He's not going to let nobody keep messing over you like that. And the thing is that sometimes, you want to see the outcome. And sometimes you may see it, sometimes you may not. But everybody reaps what they sow. That same person that dogged you out or did you whatever kind of way on a job, personally or whatever, you never know. Something might happen to them. They're going to be putting all their eggs in one basket, and that basket's going to be dumped out, because you have to reap what you sow. You don't get to just walk around doing anything, okay? So, Just believing that, just know that what was done to you didn't go unseen. And if you've been holding on to something, you could just start here. If you want to pray your way out of it, just start with a prayer. You could say, God, this was not right. And it's been hard to let go. You see what happened. You know how it affected me. Help me not carry this in my heart. Help me not respond in hurt, but from peace. Give me the strength to release it and trust that I don't know how to fix everything, and I don't need to fix everything myself. And then just be like, thank you, Lord. Thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. You could just, simple as that. And because not everything requires your reaction. So just take a breath. Calm yourself down. Okay? Sis, not everything needs a reaction. Some things just simply require your peace. Okay? And sometimes the hardest part is not what happened, it's choosing not to carry it. Okay? Because you deserve your peace. All right, sis? All right, I hope this message helped you. And if it did help you, or if you've dealt with that and you got, some kind of pick me upper from this message, please like and subscribe. Again, I'm Melinda, Coach Melinda, but I go by Melinda. I'm a registered nurse, mentor, and life coach. And on our channel, we are going to be working on faith, healing, and wellness. All right. All right, guys. I hope you have a blessed day. And as always, peace, joy, happiness. I'm wishing you peace, love, joy, and happiness. All right. Have a great day.